I leapt through the doorway, and when I did, I found another nightmare. The second nightmare of the day was waiting there to greet me. Oh. There, in a pool of his own blood, was Taka. Dead. No, er hat sich doch gerade in so eine abgefahrene Persönlichkeit verwandelt. Dann wird es wohl bald wieder losgehen. Hifumi's body, discovered in the nurse's office. Taka's body, discovered in the equipment room. I was witness to two nightmares, one right after another. No, they weren't nightmares. This is harsh reality. The true nightmare is this reality, the reality I have to face every day. But still, why is this happening? Toko? Don't tell me. Toko too? Relax, she just passed out when she saw the blood. The blood? Oh, that's right. Well, Toko, she has a fear of blood. Huh? We've tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her be for now. It's like you said, I should just leave her alone for now. Another hammer. Now it's Justice Hammer 4, and it's even bigger than before. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too?
However...
But why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1, then Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. This time it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to number 3? Oh, ja, da, unten. Oh.
What?
What's the matter? Well, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you just reminded me...
What?
That Hifumi is dead. Oh, he's dead. Do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi is dead too.
What?
What?
Hey!
Hifumi's been killed. Yeah.
I see.
Which is why you came to get us. Then we'd better go check it out.
Damn!
Of course, come on. So Sakura, Byakuya and I rushed out of the physics lab. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab... Oh! Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard. Hifumi's dead, right?
Indeed.
Well, that is not all. It is gone. Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. What?
What did you say?
What are you talking about? It's disappeared? Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What?
What the heck is happening here?
Hey!
Everyone back to the nurse's office. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse's office completely out of breath. I couldn't believe my eyes. Hifumi's body was there just a few minutes earlier. It's just disappeared. Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, but we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back...
Indeed.
This must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body will just disappear.
Why?
First there were 2 murders, and now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural.
Huh?
Hold on, what do you mean 2 murders?
Hina.
Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room.
No way!
It can't be. Taka too? It can't be. It can't be.
No!
Hina.
Hina, calm down. We're all gonna die. They're gonna kill all of us. Then who might the next target be? Toko? Huh?
What?
I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room.
Well...
You left her at the scene of the crime? We didn't have a choice. She passed out and she refused to wake up.
Huh?
So she is still unconscious.
Damn.
Wait, so you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me wherever I go. We would be better off without her.
Bastard!
You bastard! Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone stop fighting. Right now we need to hurry back.
Huh?
I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die.
Damn!
Byakuya, if something's happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. We shut out of the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed, and when we got there... Toko! Thank God you're okay. But right away I noticed there was something very different here. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right here, had disappeared.
This
can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before, and what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before.
Huh?
What are you saying? Taka disappeared too?
Stop talking.
Stop saying disappeared. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously whoever did this has hidden the body. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our accustomed suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree. We gotta hurry up and catch him before he kills all of us.
Not possible.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that.
Huh?
Huh? Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies?
Well...
When Hifumi's death cry went up, everyone here was together on the 3rd floor.
It is so.
After that, we split up into 2 groups. And now this time you all came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko, who are still missing. Hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are in love. That's not it at all.
That's fine.
Well, anyway, yes, I do accept Kyoko's alibi.
Let's see.
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro. Which further means there will be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Well, that's right. There is a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
As long as that rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder. If they were to break that rule... Whoa. Minja without a second thought. Minja, grind ya, turn ya into paste. By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish like shrimp or crabs? Danke. Das mussten wir unbedingt wissen. Indeed.
Let's see.
So, since 2 people have been killed, there is no possibility of any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we'd be better off without her, though.
In other words...
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it is Hiro. But is he really the killer? And what about Kyoko? She's not involved in this case. Where the fuck did she go?
What?
Hey Makoto, what's the matter? No? Oh no, it's nothing. Whatever, we need to find those bodies or our little narrative here can't move forward.
So then...
Very well, then let us split up and begin searching.
But...
There is no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case.
I mean...
I know that, I think I do, but... Hina, if you're still nervous, I'll come with you.
Huh?
Okay, thank you. No need to thank me. Die sind mittlerweile beste Freunde, wa? Naja, passen ja auch gut zusammen irgendwie. Then let's get moving. Yell out if you find anything. Because splitting up has worked so well for you before, yeah? Byakuya left the equipment room, followed by the others. I have to try and find the 2 missing bodies. Ich glaube, jetzt muss ich hier hin.
Huh?
Where could 2 dead bodies have disappeared to? Huh? The door must be locked. Damn, we need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? Da weiß ich jetzt noch nicht wohin. Gehe ich einfach mal ein bisschen rum. Nicht hier? Offenbar nicht. Oder schreit gleich eh wieder jemand. Mal runter. Ah, okay. Soll ich hier weiter unten? Klassenzimmer. Das Bild. Oh. Jetzt habe ich mich aber echt erschrocken. Meine Güte. Makoto.
Come on.
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean...
Indeed.
I found them. Ifumi and Taka's bodies had both been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I've already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. The bodies were in the repository? Yeah. Da war doch gerade noch abgeschlossen. Are the bodies here somewhere? I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. Up ahead is the repository. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. Then I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw... The two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then, I heard the announcement for a second time. Huh?
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
And so here we are.
It's the Monokuma file!
Without further ado, let me give you all the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen.
What?
It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Stop talking.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Make sure to investigate with all of your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later!
Well, then now that we found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit.
What the heck?
Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know.
That's terrible.
Dead. Gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. This is all just too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. Oh? This wasn't...
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Yes, it is.
Hifumi, wake up!
Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light, it's reaching out to me. Like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name.
Yasuhiro.
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So in other
That
words...
was odd. The case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi. And then going so far as to hide their bodies. A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what a hero is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends.
That's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although, this time it's not all that life or death. Trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. Auf geht's. Investigation. First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it.
Very strange.
It's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe. Well, there's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about
Perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma appears!
Don't be rude, I'm here to answer your questions. What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Oh, hi, Mondo.
In other words,
Basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
so then.
So are you saying nobody worked together this time either?
Hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in the murder.
Phew.
Only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words...
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like a normal.
Well,
Okay. Let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
extreme!
the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. True blackened, so just one person.
Well now,
That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can only be one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you?
however,
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone as suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Generous Jack.
What?
What? I'm offended.
Oh!
Good. when did you... Naja, das ist alles von Blut, ne?
I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found.
You SOB!
You there, milksack swimmer.
Huh?
Milksack?
You gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculated every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
It's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then, Hina and I can't handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina?
Sure. It'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Okay.
So,
Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
But...
And we came right to the repository, to look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. Ja, stimmt, das haben wir vorhin auch gemerkt. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a top laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved.
There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened. So then, would you like my help?
Okay. Yeah, let's go look back on things.
This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search.
And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared.
After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me.
According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock.
Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this Robo-Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
Based on Celeste's claims, we went back to the 2nd floor where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor.
Das hätte ich mir eigentlich aufsparen müssen für nächstes Mal. Dann könnten wir so eine Zusammenfassung bestimmt gut gebrauchen.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him.
The strange costumed man. They ran off his son as I screamed.
And then...
Yeah.
All that. Came from downstairs. Ich mach das doch mal ein bisschen schneller. Das hatten wir gerade erst. At the point where we decided to split up into 2 groups, Celestina and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, Byakuya and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse. Which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement. Genau, dann sind wir nach oben, um den anderen zu erzählen, was passiert ist. Und da haben wir Takas Body gefunden. Takas Leiche. Which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. Hat Sakura jetzt gesagt. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? And you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. And we left the physics lab, we were under Celeste, genau, dann hat sie erzählt, dass Hifumis Leiche weg ist. Dann war Takas Leiche auch noch weg. Dann haben wir die Leichen gesucht und hier war kurz abgeschlossen und dann sind wir auf einmal hier hin und dann sind hier die beiden Leichen gewesen. Ja, gut. Brings it up to now.
However,
Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, let me know. Ja, okay. Danke. Nein, geh weg. Nein. Nicht nochmal. Das wollte ich untersuchen. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? I wonder. Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big from the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository, all the way from the 1st floor to the 3rd, and all without anyone noticing it? How the hell? It's no good. I just don't get it. Can't think about it later. For now I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head, probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Oh, wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something different. Something about the Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died, yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So, in other words...
And there is no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb, das haben wir heute ja selber ausreichend Genüge gelernt. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things, like why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? And the other thing that bothers me is, why did they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Well, because all the rule says is, if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps. I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun. I might have some fun with this after all. Huh. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he had figured something out. But if he did, wouldn't it have killed him to tell me what it was? Gee. Apparently. There's only one way in and out of this room, through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from in the art room outside. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder, Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were gone, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now, but Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that's certain someone. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There's some places I already know about. First the nurse's office, where Hifumi was found, and then the equipment room where Taka was found. Okay.